Joining us now are Arbi and Tiffany. They are a fun couple. In fact, we were just like belly dancing a little bit before, so life is good. They're creative, they're wonderful, and we're going to be talking today about their real estate company. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Hi, Donna.
Good.
Nice to meet you.
Good. I've appreciated meeting you because you are like a really cool, creative couple. Arbi, you actually used to work in our industry. Tell us what you used to do.
Oh, yeah. I was a field producer for The Daily Show with Jon Stewart back in the day, like 100 years ago.
Okay.
22 years old, out of college, got hired as a PA, worked my way up, and got to write field pieces for Stephen Colbert, Stephen Carell, Rob Corddry, all guys that are, huge now. Mm-hmm. And it was a lot of fun. I was very young, and it was what I wanted to do. It's what I went to school for. I met Tiffany in 2003. We got engaged in, 9 months after knowing each other?
Yeah.
Wow.
9 months, yeah.
Fell in love. So Tiffany, I want to know, is there something on your mantle? The Emmy?
Yeah, yes.
So where do you keep that? Was that your first child together?
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, when The Daily Show won an Emmy, we were all given a free ride to the show.
Okay.
Walked the red carpet, and then along the way, I was told that we can have a +1.
Oh.
And I didn't bring my
+1
+1
kind of
at
the
that time.
future wife, right?
No,
yeah.
because I didn't have the $500-600 what it was to get there.
Yeah, we were so young, but now,
Now
talking about it.
back why didn't you take? It would have been an amazing experience, but.
Well, if we win an Emmy for this segment, then
Yes,
definitely
there you go.
there you go. It's a redo, a redo.
A redo.
That's wonderful and charming and sweet. Do people, like now that you have the 3 kids, do they like walk around the house sometimes with it and pretend like they won?
No, that's at the office.
Oh,
it's at the office.
got it. It's hands off.
Lockdown. Yeah.
You dust it off once in a while. It is lovely to have those achievements in life. And that's one of the things we were talking about backstage is the fact that at this point in our journey, we've all been successful at least some way, somehow, whether it's winning a poster competition or something, right? And what I love is when you can take that success and then you could put it in and infuse it into something else which serves others, and that's exactly what you did because you're the second generation of this wonderful real estate company. So tell us about that. What are you guys doing together?
So when you're working in TV and it was cable TV and you wanted to get married and possibly buy an apartment in the Upper East Side.
Yes.
My dad has been in the business since the 80s.
Okay.
He went independent in '96, opened up RB Homes Realty and said, why don't you try real estate on the side? And
yeah, I said, let's do it. He's super personable. I had background in sales. Yeah. So we got our license. Yeah.
And we quit TV in 30 days.
Wow.
And we got our first $1 million listing on the Upper East Side.
Yeah, it was exciting.
And we just took off from there. And, it just became something where being able to pitch stories in a writer's room in front of Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert and all these people, and you're nervous the first time. And then you're less nervous the 30th time. And then a couple of years ago when you're commanding the room, that's the confidence that gave me, that allowed me to sit with people that get a $2 million listing from them instead of Corcoran. Why would you hire somebody that, is an independent, team, small boutique brokerage? But I just had the confidence. Tiffany had the experience in sales. And 1 sale became 3, 3 became 9, and that's how you just keep going. That's 22 years ago.
It's amazing, and it's all based upon your reputation. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, word of mouth gets around and things like that. And I think houses are a lot like show business, right? Because you're setting the stage, you have to set the props up correctly, you've got to stage the space to look wonderful.
And you have to have a spiel, a script, something that you have to adhere to, and you have to make sure you hit all the correct points, the highlights. Yeah, that's a great point. Perfect,
and something that you can stand behind because you know that this is a lot of times someone's biggest purchase in their life.
That's exactly right.
Right? Or you've had someone that's been in their home maybe way too long and they feel like it's their child and they don't want to part with it. So that's hard too.
Correct.
And
my father always said, do right by people, always. And that's how we treat all our clients, like family, like friends. For 22 years, we've been just plugging away one deal at a time and growing the business. And now we have 3 kids, 3 boys.
You also have dogs, right? Or
we have
pets?
3 dogs.
It's a
my
lot.
3 sons and my 3 dogs, right?
Yeah.
My oldest says, maybe one day I'll come work for you.
Wow.
But could we name it Leo Homes?
Is that a snake?
I said, Leo, we don't just change the branding just because someone jumps in. It's done.
Maybe they'll all go into it.
I was going to say,
all
exactly.
three boys.
All three boys.
Yeah,
you
never know.
That would be lovely. What do you love best about like when you're showing a home, when you're having an open house, or when you're doing a special event, right? Because it doesn't just have to be a boring open house.
Yeah.
What type of cool events are you having?
So we did we had the honor of selling a 134-year-old carriage house that was once owned on the estate of the Prohibition-era mayor of New York City, James Walker, who's now owned by an artist, the 95-year-old gentleman, Ward Hooper, who was a madman in the 60s and the 70s and came up with the Saks Fifth Avenue logo that they still use today.
Yeah, amazing.
But he had so much artwork, like hundreds and hundreds of pieces of watercolors, right?
Yeah, they were so beautiful. All of Northport.
Yeah. And Tiffany, you said, why don't we have an art show at the gallery, an art gallery at the office? So we had 2 days of a viewing of his pieces. He sold so many pieces.
Hundreds of people came.
Hundreds of people came.
Really,
it was a big hit with News 12 came by and the local newspaper. It was just, he gave a speech the second day. He was just so happy. And that's the kind of event that we were able to do that was outside the box.
An art show.
Yeah.
By the way, check out this house that they have listed. It's 333 Main Street. It is a gem. What's one tip that you would like to give to people when they're getting ready to sell their house? What is one thing that people like consistently get it wrong?
This is super important.
Okay.
Your fence line.
Your fence line. Okay.
You might
it's come up a few times.
Really?
You're selling your home.
And you can't get a clear title if you're right, if you're encroaching on the wrong.
You're thinking curb appeal. You're thinking declutter.
Right.
And then when it hits title,
right.
you said it exactly. They say this is 18 inches off or 18 inches too far in.
Wow.
We're not closing unless you remedy. And then people have to get the neighbors involved. Neighbors might be your best friend until they have to sign a legal document, a boundary line agreement. Then they're no longer your friend. They get their lawyer involved. So it becomes a hot mess.
Okay.
Get your fence line straight.
Get your fence line straight.
Yeah.
Okay, so if the fence is in the wrong place, remove it and fix it beforehand.
It's just so much going on with the fences. Everybody.
I know. And like, what side are you supposed to put the pretty side to your neighbors? You put
Always. That's customary. Pretty side to the neighbors.
Pretty side
correct.
to the neighbors.
Yep.
Okay.
We didn't have this when we were selling co-ops and condos in the city for so many years.
Right.
And come out
Long
here,
Island's a whole new animal.
Fences.
Thank you for joining us. You guys are a really fun, wonderful couple. And if I were listing a home, I would definitely list it with you. And when I go to buy a house, maybe I'll be giving you a call as well.
Thank you so much.
But thank you very, very much for joining us. You know, it's not just where you live. It's about turning the house into a home. And so I would go to them because if they know your personality, they can make a match for you. They're matchmakers. That's really what they are. Thanks for watching.